Hi everyone, I'm Christy McCammon and I share tips, tricks, and recipes to help you on your journey towards food freedom. Today we're going to be talking about practicing the pause. What does that mean? What does that look like in terms of food addiction or sugar addiction? If you're new here and don't know my story, I was a true food and sugar addict for a lot of years, finally prayed a desperate prayer and realized the need for food boundaries. 3 meals a day, no sugar, no flour, and that has changed my life. In order to keep those boundaries, we do have to have a temptation plan, but we also have to know how to practice the pause. There are going to be times where you are tempted and where you have to get out of a situation, and that's just fine. I'm going to help you do that, walk you through that, give you some tips and tricks. In general, you want to have a temptation plan, a plan that you know you're going to walk through if you are tempted. But there are times when you are hit with an immediate decision that has to be made. Maybe you walk in your pantry to grab an item you need to make dinner for your family and you see a leftover pack of cupcakes or cookies. Now, first of all, try not to have leftover things like that in your house. But if you do, or if they're for an event or something, your brain may say, oh, it's go time, let's go. Let's have that right now. Now. And you have to take the time to practice the pause. Literally just a 5-second window can change the trajectory of your thought process. Your brain sees something, okay, either in the pantry like that, or maybe you're at a Mexican restaurant and you've committed to not eat the chips. Okay, I have a friend that loves to call them the devil's triangles. It's so true, right? Because we can't just eat one, so it's better just to have none. But you may be in a situation where you're tempted and you have to make a quick decision. You have to stop. You have to practice a 5-second pause. Take a few deep breaths to gather your brain, because your brain is lit up. When you see something like that, if you are a food addict, you know what I'm talking about. Your brain is lit up, fireworks go off, and it says, let's go right now. I want it now. So you have to pause. During that pause, you need to think through the decision, okay? So in Alcoholics Anonymous, I love this. They call it think through the drink. And it just means if you have that drink, what's gonna happen then? Then what? So in one of my coaching groups, a client of mine, we were trying to come up with names in the food addict world rather than think through the drink, think through the food. And she said, this was Ashley, super awesome. She said, fight through the bite. I love that. So we're gonna fight through the bite, okay? So we are wanting something. We are wanting a chip. We are wanting a cupcake. We need to stop and think and let ourselves fight through that bite and process what would look like if we ate it. So this could even be almonds. I call almonds my gateway food because it always leads to more. Nuts in the afternoon because I don't snack. So if I reach for a handful of almonds, I'm crossing my boundaries and then my brain says, let's go, baby, you've crossed them, let's go more. So when you're thinking about eating off plan, whether it's a sugar and flour laden food, whether it's a compliant food, but you've already eaten your portions, or it's at a snack time, take the time to fight through that bite, okay? So the bite, thinking about that bite. If I eat this handful of almonds right now, maybe even it's just a healthy thing, okay? If I eat this handful of almonds right now, or these chips, then what? Those are the magic words, then what? If I eat this handful of almonds or that couple chips, then what? Well, then I'm gonna know I crossed my boundaries and I'm gonna want more. Then what? Well, then I'll probably reach for a few more almonds. Okay, let's just stick with the almond one. I'm gonna reach for more. Then what? Well, then I'm gonna want more, just a few more, and then what? I'm gonna have more, then what? It's dinner time, I'm gonna have dinner and I'm gonna overeat at dinner because I've already crossed my boundaries, I've already eaten over my quantities. Then what? Then after dinner, I'm gonna want something else. Then what? I'm gonna sneak in the pantry and get it, hope my family doesn't notice it while I'm cleaning up the kitchen. Then what? Oh, I might say we need Band-Aids or milk at the corner market and run over there real quick and come back with food filled in my purse and eat on the way back. Then what? Well, at that point, then I have food in my purse and I'm gonna have to hide it and get rid of it tonight. Then what? I'm sneaking, I'm deceitful, I'm bloated, I'm stuffed, I'm unhappy, I'm shamed, I'm guilty. If we can let ourselves walk through the process and fighting through the bite and ask ourselves, then what, then what, then what, we can see the outcome. And we don't want that outcome. The outcome we want is sticking to our food boundaries and having a successful day following those. having our brain calm and clear, right? We need to fight through that bite and think through those. The perfect Bible scripture that goes along with this is Ephesians 5:15, and it says, "See to it then that you walk circumspectly as wise, not as fools." Circumspectly means carefully, vigilantly, take heed, take action, think. So we want to walk through our days thoughtfully, circumspectly, vigilantly. We don't want to impulsively jump in and grab a handful of walnuts. While that seems harmless in and of itself, those who are true food addict understand the depth of where that can take us. So I'm going to tell you today, take the time, pause, fight through that bite. Don't just jump in, because those of us who struggle with this, we know that one bite is too many and 1,000 is never enough. So fight through that bite. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe for upcoming videos. Also, give me a comment. Let me know, do you struggle with this? What do you think about it? What is your experience? I'd love to hear it. You can find me on Instagram at Life Unbinged, TikTok at Life Unbinged, also my webpage, lifeunbinged.com.